Hi guys, it's Joy, and I have a little more of my voice coming back. I'm getting a little more of those upper range tones, so I don't have to talk like this the whole time. You know what's funny is some of you guys in the comments were actually really down for those videos, so which was really fun. You were like, I like it when you speak lower. Maybe it's because I'm calmer. Why did I do it this way? Calmer? Oh, maybe it's because I have an issue, was it an issue that I'm hyper and I like to have fun and I get all pumped up? I don't know. It's not an issue for me. For me. Ew, still some cold stuff going on. I can understand, though, to certain personalities, how that might kind of rub them the wrong way, you know, having somebody real hyper and upbeat. But, like, I'm also not always like this. I also have a lot of downtime and a lot of chill time. But then again, I'm also chronically sick, so that's a lot of my life. I don't make any sense. But I first wanted to point out, if you saw the title of today's video, this is going to be a super fun one. Like, I'm very excited. That would have been a scream or a shriek if I had my full voice. My vocal range right now can't express my excitement, so it's kind of frustrating, but I don't care. I am so excited to do this video, and I've been thinking about it for a couple days, and I was kind of insecure about it, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do this video and it's going to be super fun. And I thought, what better way to do this video in this, look at this, it's a hoodie dress. I wanna show it off. Y'all see this? It's a hoodie dress. And the vest part, and it's got like blue and pink at the bottom. And then look at this, bam. I got pink sweats. I have my like rainbow pinkish, what do you call them, slippers on. So guys, I like my outfit so much. I was like, I feel like the desk isn't doing it justice. So I told roommate, I'm like, hey, take a picture of my outfit. And I'm really awkward with people taking pictures of me because I don't do duck lips, deuces, or try to look attractive. I just smile awkwardly. What I wanted to show you guys, look at it. So this is my favorite thing in the world. So you have, and obviously you can see my pink sweatpants, which I love, but you have, it's like somebody just took up, you know, a few buckets of paint and just threw them at a sweatshirt. And that's what it looks like. I just love how many colors there are. And then you can see my whole little outfit and my sweatpants that are pink, which matches. And then my shoes, but no, I'm feeling this. And then on top of that, y'all, like, not to be arrogant, but oh my gosh, I didn't realize, like, I am super shrinking. Even from the last, you know, couple months of putting myself on here. I was just like, is that really me? Am I that freaking tiny right now? And, you know, I still have a ways to go. Right now, I think I'm like 138. So I'm just a couple pounds away from officially being not overweight. But in looking at this picture, I don't know, for some reason today, it's hit me like how far I've actually come with my body. It's crazy. I don't know, crazy making. But I just wanted to share this with you guys because I don't think I've ever felt more like myself than this outfit. Yes, queen. This outfit, like, I am so feeling myself in this outfit. So, yeah, I just thought this was the perfect outfit. This was the perfect way, these colors, to start off 2021 and to do such a weird video on something I've been so heavily criticized for. So first of all, I hope everybody had a happy 2020 New Year. Happy New Year to everybody, and happy 2021. Much love. Okay, so let's get into this video. First of all, I want you guys to understand, don't take anything I say in this video too seriously. This was a fun idea that I had because last year, January 2020, I remember on the first day, I ended up kind of making some predictions for myself. Or you know what, maybe not even predictions. Maybe it's just I'm really good at setting goals and attaining them. And I did big stuff, or I almost did. And I looked back at all the things I said I wanted for 2020 and all the things I felt could come my way, and they did. And it kind of freaked me out, and I was like, you know, I'm pretty intuitive. Like, I've talked a lot about this, and even though, like I said, I've been heavily criticized for my spirituality, which most people who criticize me never even thought to ask what my spirituality is. I'm a very spiritual person. I am not religious, but And my spirituality isn't nailed down to any one thing. I take parts from all kinds of stuff. I have a lot of parts of me are more Christian. I have a lot of stuff that's more kind of new age. I have a lot of Taoist and Buddhist stuff. So I'm just kind of this big amalgamation of things. But even though I try to do as much as I can to think logically and critically, I also use my intuition. I go with my gut. I feel like, I try to incorporate all of the parts of me as a whole rather than just shun one and focus on another. I find that it's really interesting in the atheist communities on YouTube, or the, what do they call those? The people that are super critical on YouTube. Most of them have swung, headfirst into atheism from Christianity, which it makes sense. When you're in one extreme, typically you're going to end up swinging to the other extreme. It's called the pendulum swing, right? Until you finally get to a center. And so growing up, I grew up, fairly Catholic. And at 10 years old, 8 or 10, I realized, I'm like, we're worshiping the zombie and we're eating people. What is happening here? And I started to kind of see through it. But I was always really spiritual. If you guys have seen the video about the fact that I see colors and shapes and my vision is different than other people, like the sky sparkles. I see beautiful auras around people. When I was little, it was even more dramatic. Over the years, I learned to turn it on and off, and I thought everybody saw that up until like my late teens, when I was talking about it and people thought I was on some sort of substance. And I remember kind of being offended. I'm like, why would they do? Because that's the thing. Like ever since I was little, people always thought they'd always go, "What are you on?" Because I'm so hyper and peppy and happy and whatnot. So that was always kind of this big running assumption and joke with me, when it's really not. I'm a really happy person by nature. It makes me so sad y'all didn't get to see that part of me in the beginning of YouTube. But that's what new beginnings are for, right? So this is going to be another sit and chill video. I promise as I get my voice back, I'll go back to doing other types of videos. I've had a lot of these kind of just giving, talking about things in my life or giving certain perspectives as I'm trying to fix my voice. I don't like to focus on that. I like to sprinkle those in and give commentary on things I find interesting in the world. So I will go back to that. But so let's talk a little bit first about, my spirituality and what I believe. So first of all, I love readings. I love them. I am, like I said, I'm fairly intuitive. It's not something I really do. It's not something that I would go around wanting to make money off of. Like, me and my friends will call each other and ask for advice or intuitive advice. And I have a handful of friends that are very, very intuitive as well. And they can see through a situation, a problem, and be able to help me where other people can't, or help guide me, which is amazing. So there are a couple of these people I've been screaming, you've got to get on social media. I'd love to help you one day if you want, because they're just fantastic. And even though this channel is not about spirituality, this channel is not about my spirituality, it's not about those sort of things, that's a big part of me. This is a very big part of me. And again, I don't want to make it the focus, but I just want to be who I am to an extent. You know what I mean? I feel like most of my life, I've had to, in many ways, hide so many, not so many, but I would say major deep parts of myself. And this is the biggest one. I think part of it is people pleasing, and part of it is society hasn't always been very kind to people like me, And I was kind of scared to do a video like this on YouTube because of all the scrutiny I've gotten. But I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Like, I don't care. And at this point, my channel is so small. If somebody did a video on this, you're probably promoting me, because I'm still growing the channel. So, and what are you going to say? You're going to be mad because of the tools I use to navigate the world? Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what spirituality is. In my opinion, it's the tools you choose to help you navigate the world that we're in and help you make the best choices you possibly can. And I think that that is different for everybody. So for instance, some people, certain religions help them. They gravitate towards that. That's what they grew up in. And as long as you're not hurting yourself and other people, I don't see a problem with it. So let's talk a little bit about my spirituality. I love readings. I love tarot card readings. In fact, I want to do a shout out to a couple channels I love that always hit the nail on the head for me if I like to see what's coming up for me. By the way, you don't have to believe any of this. This isn't for you. I understand, right? This isn't for everybody. But I love stuff like this. This is just, it's weird that I can be a critical, logical thinker and also have this part of me that, you know, loves the magic and the mysticism and the wonder in the world, and is just in awe of mystery and wanting to unravel that in the universe. I don't know. It's funny. I feel like, you know, on some level, science and spirituality and magic end up going hand in hand. It's just science is the method to get right. Science to me is the method between like connecting the spirituality and the magic and formulating it. And I love science too. I love all of these things. And I think that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay for me to just be, and it's okay for you to just be. And who cares what anybody thinks? At this point, I'm just so happy and so excited to, you know, not be trying to stay on the planet every day and in chaos because of that. I'm just grateful. Also, health is a lot better today. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit. I'm very excited about this video. So my voice is coming back. I'm having some stomach issues, but that's okay. One day we'll talk about that, because I would still love to kind of take you guys a little bit on my health journey as I get better, to kind of explain some of what's going on, because maybe it could be helpful information to you. Maybe you're going through it. Maybe somebody you know is going through it. Maybe you're having mystery stuff, other people. And I feel like the more information we arm ourselves with and share with one another, the better equipped we can be when we have to go into doctor's offices or specialists and say, let's check for this, this, and this. Stuff they might not know about, they might not check for, they might not want to check for. It's always good to advocate for yourself. But, okay, so I love readings. I want to give a shout out to a couple channels. The first one is Tarot by Janine. Oh my gosh, Tarot by Janine. I love her. By the way, nobody's paying me to do this. I love Tarot by Janine. In fact, I actually got a personalized reading from her a year ago. She nailed almost everything. She told me, I was like, the first things out of her mouth were, are you a blogger? Are you an internet personality? I see you on YouTube. Why aren't you on YouTube? And I went, and she had no idea who I was, right? Because I make sure and email this person, and I don't give them much information at all beforehand, but I emailed them from a different email. They didn't know who I was. You know, she actually helped me break through a lot of my fears and issues about YouTube. And she nailed, I mean, it was scary accurate. She does a lot of, she talks a lot about the government, and fun little theories. She also talks a lot about like celebrities, and it's all based on tarot, but sometimes she channels. It's just, I don't know, there's something about her I really, really like, and she's great, because I told you she gave me a great reading. So if you go over to her, make sure and tell her Joy says hi, and Joy sent you. The other one as well, what is it? Shanetta's Divine Tarot. Shanetta. It's like Sean Etta. She is the cutest, funnest. She's just like a little fairy. She's a cute, fun personality. I just love her. And she does a lot of good in-depth readings as well. Like she'll kind of do monthly forecasts and weekly forecasts, and Homegirl's always spot on with me. So if those are two people, if you like stuff like this, those are two I would recommend. I've been watching both of them for a couple of years. In fact, I found Janine when I was, you know, laying in bed trying to stay on the planet in 2019 in the summer. And her videos kind of helped get my mind off of what was happening. So I really like those. But so I love readings. A long way to say that. I am a huge believer in not only the concept do extraterrestrials exist, but that they walk among us, they are here, that they've been here for thousands, if not, you know, hundreds of thousands of years, that they possibly helped create or populate the planet in some fashion and form. I believe all types of ETs exist. I believe there are ones that are like us, that are almost cousins to us. Some, they're just basically prettier, taller versions of us. I believe that there are, you know, really weird ones, ones that look like gray aliens or insects or reptiles. I find this stuff fascinating. And guys, I want you to understand, let me tell you how much proof I have that this is real. This much. I don't have any proof, but this is something in my soul. It just creates a lot of passion and kind of stirs me, and I just get very excited about. I'm also somebody that's seen a lot of UFOs. Now, please understand, I'm not telling you I saw an alien craft. I don't know. I don't have any evidence, but I've seen several things that do not make sense in the sky that a normal aircraft could not do. And I've seen them with several other people. So other people have seen them with me. And it's weird because when I see them, it'll be for certain bursts of my life. As I was sick, I only saw it a couple times over the last maybe 4 or 5 years. Funny enough, I have a video where I have some proof about one of the UFOs I saw. I've been thinking about making this video. If you want to see it, let me know. It's kind of I can tell you guys some of my UFO stories. Let's see some other stuff. I don't have this really much anymore, but when I was younger, I suffered from a lot of sleep paralysis. And during the sleep paralysis, many times I would feel things happening in my body, like heat or, I don't know, weird sensation. And I would feel like, this is going to get so weird. I would feel like there were these people around me, but I wasn't asleep. And this could go on for hours and I couldn't move. And I was in my room, but I wasn't in my room. I just had a lot of weird things. I had dreams of being in UFOs every so often. And when I woke up, I would completely forget. And then there's only been, in a handful of times I would remember during the day, and I would almost feel like I was panicked and I didn't know why. Again, I have no evidence for anything I'm saying. This is just a very big part of me. This is the part of me that that feels so real to my soul and just makes me so happy and feel so at peace and so connected with the world. I just love the concept of ETs, that we have these beautiful, friendly families somewhere out there that want the best for us, and it's trying. This reminds me, you guys remember in The Office, Michael Scott, when he had a really sad day? I think it was during the roast, when people were roasting him, and he goes outside and he's on the swing set and he's like, when I'm sad, I imagine that there's a little guy on the moon and he's looking back at me as I'm looking at him, and he's concerned for me, and he's like, I'm okay. And then he goes, no, I'm not. I feel like that's who I am right now. Just a little Michael Scott. But okay, so I like the concept of past lives. I don't know if it's real. I love that concept. I feel like I've had past lives. I feel like everybody's had past lives. Don't know though, right? That's the great thing, is I can tell you something feels very real and rings true and resonates in my soul, but I don't know if it's correct, right? I'm not saying yes or no or an absolute or this or that. I'm just telling you guys things that I enjoy. I like a lot of the Taoist and Buddhist type of ways of being and ways of teaching, trying to be as peaceful as you can to yourself and all living creatures, like the being here in the moment. Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now is, really heavily Buddhist and Taoist, and trying to just be in the moment and not, project too much in the future or live in the past. Those are very big tools that have helped me. Just allowing yourself to feel whatever emotions you're feeling, but also knowing that you have self-control over them, but allow yourself to feel what you need to. Don't suppress it, but also don't spiral negatively in your mind. So these are just to kind of give you an overview. I felt like this was going to be a short video. This is going to be a long video. I'm sorry, but there's no other way to do this video because I want to get all this out of the way. I believe that there's a heaven. And in fact, if you guys want to hear the story, you guys hear about near-death experiences, right? I had something similar, but I was sick, but I don't think I was near, not being here. But I had one of those experiences and it changed my life. I was 14 years old and it completely shaped the whole outcome of my life. It made me who I am today. And don't have any evidence that it's real, but I can tell you that what it did for me was very profound. And I feel like through that, I got to have a glimpse of what I think people consider heaven is, or maybe a part or a portion. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'm weird though. I have these fears of leaving the planet, so to speak, because I'm scared of what the body goes through. I'm scared of how that feels, but I'm not scared of what happens afterward. Because I've seen so much love, an overwhelming amount of love that we can't comprehend here. And I remember when I experienced that and when I felt that, I said, that's who I want to be. I want to be somebody that emits that and and gives that to people on some level. So that's another thing. So just a little bit about my spirituality. And I feel like I could have just gone into this very easily, but I wanted to give a good amount of insight into who I am and how I do this. Let's talk about intuition. I feel like I have a good amount of intuition versus goal setting. You guys know I'm somebody very goal oriented. I like to set goals and reach them. However, I also do think when it comes to setting goals, it has to be something that's in a line with whatever you came here to do on earth. That's different for everybody. It's not for me to say. I feel like everybody chooses to come to earth, or whatever planet. I also feel like you can go to other planets. I feel like people, aside from choosing where you go, I feel like it's weird. I feel like there's a mix of predestination versus free will, which I know doesn't make sense. But I feel like so many times we only see the duality of the concept and we don't see the whole. Well, I think we have certain goals and specific things we want to meet here, but that's where and maybe we have different points where we're going to go through this, or we're going to go through that, or meet these specific people. But the beauty of this whole thing is free will. Free will makes it so that we kind of have this outline of kind of like, paint by numbers, but then the paints and the strokes and the brushes and where the colors go and how they mix, you get to form that as well. You get to make mistakes and go off of that plan. And, I think that's amazing. So I feel like it's a really good mix of both. So I want to tell you guys a few things. Why I want to do this video. Like I told you guys, I realized I had made some predictions that came true. This is not the first time. In fact, on my Katie's Insight channel, one thing that I did a lot of is financial forecasting. And I used a lot of intuition on that. Not only that, but reading the characters involved, having to study. And when I say reading, I don't just mean intuitive, body language, vocal tones, inflections, facial, I really learned the characters of the government, Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, what they projected, and was able to kind of gather information based off of what they were saying and not saying. And I was accurate many times. And what is intuition? Intuition is basically being able to know information without knowing it, without having any preconceived knowledge of it. That can come to people in different ways. For me, it's all different kinds of ways that I just have feelings or thoughts or kind of visions, I guess, kind of come into my head. And I can kind of feel where something is going. I can kind of, for lack of better terms, see what's being formed as it's being formed and the possibilities of where it's headed in the most possible directions. There's no direct science to it. Science will tell you there's no science to it, even though we have more and more science that comes out about this stuff. I do want to tell you, don't take anything I say seriously, because things can change in an hour or tomorrow. That's how this stuff works, because energy is constantly moving, constantly transforming, constantly changing. And as a result, this type of stuff you can't ever take. I wanted to make this really lighthearted, and I feel like I'm really going and dissecting all this. You can't really take any of this too, super seriously, because, a person could be on one path and then they change something about themselves for the better or the worse. And then something else starts to form. As people that are constantly creating and changing themselves and interacting with people in a world that's constantly changing and creating, all I can do is give a snapshot of just tell you what I'm feeling, right? What I'm seeing, and then go from there. So here's the prediction that I made that really freaked me out. It was January of 2020. I was still very ill. I'd done a marketing contract, was very excited about. The contract was over. I was told it was going to get renewed, but because of the pandemic, ended up getting pushed until I think they just recently renewed it, and I didn't end up going back to it because I was on YouTube. Great company, great people, had a great time. And I did it with a roommate. Roommate had to help me because I was so sick, but we did it, and we did pretty well because it got renewed and I was asked to come back. So I was waiting to see what was happening with that. I was very sick, but still I applied for a couple thousand jobs. You might think I'm exaggerating. If you went and saw my Indeed account or my LinkedIn account or my ZipRecruiter account, I'm not. I could apply for 50 to 100 jobs a day, some days. If I took a week off, then, or a few days off from it, then I could get into 200, depending. I applied for so many things, and I just really wanted to get back into making money. I was scared because I said, How am I going to make the kind of money I used to make? I can't work like that anymore. I used to make good money. I had months where I made 10, 12, 14,000. Not every month, but many months depending on how many contracts I took on. I did well. A bad month is still a 50K salary month, and I was scared, but I said to myself, I want to push myself this year, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I remember I told my friend this, one of my friends I've been pushing to get on YouTube. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to happen, and I don't know how to do this. However, I want to make a company $1 million this year, or I want to have the ability to do it. I want to do that. I've hit a lot of awesome goals in my career, my marketing career and sales career. I've done a lot of awesome things. I worked with celebrities. I've been #1 across the country at several campaigns I ran. Very proud of the work I've done, but I want to take it to another level. Let's bring in $1 million worth of revenue to a company. Didn't know how I was going to do it. And that was one of the predictions I made. And to make a very long story short, I was on track to doing it. With the company I was with on YouTube, our first monetized month on YouTube, $76,000. Had things continued in a positive way, the next month we were projecting $250,000, and that was in July. I would have made that company $1 million with almost zero investment in me at that time. That was huge. That was really, really huge. I also predicted I was going to go back on YouTube and be very successful, and I was like, but at that time in January 2020, I had no desire to do it. I had no intention. That was still something I was working out in myself. And I saw it happening, and I'm like, how is this going to happen? Everybody hates me. I'm still fat. I'm still all of these things. And those were two things I saw. And it's not, it'd be one thing to be like, I'm going to put myself back on YouTube, and I did. I said, I'm going to get 100,000 people this year. And I was like, I'm going to do really well, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I feel it so strongly. And I did it. I did it in 3 months. And then the $1 million, it didn't happen, but I was on track to doing that. The fact that I've never made $76,000 in 1 month. It's sad. Almost all of it's gone because either I wasn't paid what I was supposed to be paid, or it all went to a lawyer, but it is what it is. The fact is, I was excited because I always knew I had that capability inside myself, but I hadn't been able to push those boundaries and test the waters. And this was a year, guys. I've still been sick this year. It's been better, but I've still been sick. And back in January, I was a lot worse off than I am now. So it was, still real fragile. I had no idea how I was going to do these things, and I did. And a lot of my predictions on my other channel started happening. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to talk about this in a video and do a video about 2021. I still think it's 2020. And to tell y'all what I see for myself and other people. So I'm going to tell you guys what I see for myself is kind of a duality, in the sense of I feel like I'm aware. Not only is this an intuitive thing, I'm also somebody who likes to set goals. So I'll tell you what I see or what I feel. Who knows if this is real or not? We'll have to wait and find out. But here we go. I see my health getting better. I feel like January is going to be a good health month for me. I feel like December was the month where I finally calmed down from working, from May until November, I worked like crazy most days, except for the days I had to take off because I was super sick or there was court stuff. And it was, 3 videos a day. That's too much for any human being. December was the month I finally said I can't do it anymore. And I just started doing this channel for fun. And I really enjoyed here and coming back here, and I've been able to easily build and go forward on this channel. It's been fantastic. I love this channel. So, I think for my health, December was a time where I finally came down from kind of all the adrenaline and that I was living off of, which isn't good for you, especially in my condition and working so hard. And in doing that, it showed me where a lot of weaknesses came in my body that needed to be fixed. So I feel like, December was a crappy health month because of what I put myself through the last few months. I think January is going to be a better month overall, and I'm going to start feeling even more normal and more better in myself. I think, oh, by the way, guys, this hoodie dress, this is an extra small, and it fits. And it's very, very exciting because a lot of the clothing I bought, if I bought any clothes, which I really didn't buy any clothing over the last, few years, but if I did, a lot of times even when I was huge, I'd buy something in X small or XX small, which is what I'm used to being. And people would be like, you're wasting your money. I'm like, no, I'll get back there one day. I think I'm going to continue to lose weight. I would my feeling is, and my hope, by June, by my birthday, that I will be, somewhere between 110, 115 pounds, if not around 105. 105 is like where I'd like to end up. And I will be in good health. I will be a lot more functional. I think 2021 is going to be, really steadily coming into more stability with my body. I also feel like this is going to be a good financial year for me. I don't know why, but I have such a good feeling about this channel and building this channel up. And I don't know, I just have this sense that maybe my perspective is, wanted right now. I just have this feeling that, maybe my perspective right now would be helpful to people. And I feel good things for this channel, and I feel a lot of growth. I have predictions / goals I want to make. So on the low end, I would like to hit the 50,000 subscriber mark by the end of the year. On the high end, I would like to hit 250,000. I think, don't know this for certain, I think by the end of the year I could hit the 200 to 250,000 mark if I can continue to upload and do things as I do in the right manner. And that's what I would like to set for myself as a goal for YouTube. 50 is not hard because where I'm at right now, I'm gaining about 50-ish people a day. It'd be more like 70 to 100, but I have some people that are unsubscribing, which makes sense. My content's different, I'm different. Some people came because they wanted the negativity and that's gone, Some people just aren't interested in what I have to say. So that's gonna that'll eventually taper off. But if I could work up, which I think in the next couple weeks to a month, I can work up to gaining 100 subs a day. That's 3,000 people a month, and that's, what is that, times 12? That would be 36,000. So I think on the low end, if I just kept where I was at, I could definitely hit at least 50,000 subscribers. So we'll see. But I would love to hit 250,000. I'm gonna make another prediction, and I don't know that this is right, but this year I would like to, if I can, prediction / goal, I'd like to make $500,000 to $1 million for myself. Not a company, not anything else, but for me. And if I don't make that, I want to have worked up to where I'm on track to making that. So now the great thing is about my last channel, I learned you can do that on YouTube. Oh my gosh, you can make a ton of money if you do it right. Do I think I'm going to get to that point? I don't know. I've been able to sustainably pull in about 7,000 views a day. And I've kind of done some math in my head about what it would take to make that work. It'll depend on several factors, but I'm good at growing channels. I'm good at this. I found people seem to like it. Some people don't, and that's okay. But that's just how this kind of stuff works. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have this really weird feeling my life is gonna have a drastic change, like in the spring. A good one. I feel like at some point this year, I'm going to meet somebody who, we really understand each other, like a guy. And it's weird because I don't know how that would work. And it's weird because, I'm not really looking for it. You know what I mean? Rumi and I are in this weird situation. People have asked about this, by the way, and I'll maybe do a video about this. There's no dating going on because it's too uncomfortable. And on top of that, we're in the pandemic. So it's not like and I'm got all these issues. It's not a safe thing. I have so many trust issues with people. Not something I want to do anytime soon. I really just want to focus on being able to become an independent person. Becoming an independent person for me is going to be a bigger task than other people because I have to have a good chunk of money in place and things set up in case my health goes down. So I feel like this year I'm going to have the capability of getting out on my own officially. And I think in a way that's going to be safe for me. Giving Rumi back his life, which I'd be so happy to do. Helping him, being able to help him, which would be fantastic if I could get to that point. Back to that point, I should say. It's funny, guys don't know in the beginning of our relationship, I was the one helping him and giving him money and giving him, thousands of dollars here and there. And he's one of the few people that actually stepped up and reciprocated and has, kept me alive. And I'm grateful. I just have a feeling that I have a big opportunity to meet somebody who romantically is going to really understand me. And isn't that such a gift? To just feel like you're really understood. I have a hard time with that, with being chronically sick and the type of spirituality I have and the things I've been through. Most people can't relate to one aspect, nor can they relate to all of it. You know what I mean? So I always have a hard time kind of connecting with people, but I don't know, I just get this sense that somebody is coming this year. We'll see. And I'm not somebody who's focused on that, but I do get that feeling that that's going to happen. And I just have a feeling that social media could take off. I really do. And I'm very happy and excited about it. You guys can't tell because I'm still battling my voice, but I am. I'm so excited about it. So those are some personal predictions for me. Let me go into some that I see for the world because I've been pretty good at these. Okay. Kind of nervous about this one. Who knows if it's going to happen? I think January, I feel like it's really ripe for a lot of potential, for a lot of issues with the government. I feel like there's going to be issues with the election, contesting the election, that sort of thing. I feel like more and more truths about what's really going on in the world, in celebrity culture, and more truths within the government are going to come out. I feel like, I almost get emotional saying this, I feel like we're going to have more and more information on what's being called disclosure. So for people who like the ET stuff, disclosure basically is the government disclosing about extraterrestrials. I think we're going to get more and more information about that, about the fact that our governments around the world, in my opinion, work with extraterrestrials and have been close with them. And guys, there's been so many leaked documents and so many things that have come out that would, that say this is correct. There's a ton of stuff that you would have to, tons of research that I've done over the years that makes this correct for me. I don't have direct evidence. It's not like I have a strand of DNA from one of them, right? And I'm not even a scientist. What would I do with it if I had one? I just have a feeling that I have this weird feeling 2021 is going to be this reintroduction of this global galactic understanding that we're not alone and we haven't been alone. Where that's going to go, I don't know. I have some theories and some thoughts I'll keep to myself at this point, but I just have this really amazing, excited feeling. And guys, I have been in love with the concept of ETs since I was, a child. And when I was 12, I started really researching into, the different races of ones that could possibly exist and really getting into that minutia. This is something I've wanted for so many years of my life, but I always said that's not going to happen. For some reason, I feel like we have this potential that it's going to happen on some level. Maybe we're going to see I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely off. Maybe this is just, I'm mixing up some big want with maybe something intuitive. That can happen. But this is a possibility of what I see coming. I feel like the governments across the world getting exposed is going to go hand in hand with understanding the reality of what's really here that we have either not known or not been privy to or not had access to. As weird as this sounds, I feel like 2021 is going to be a year where I feel like the economy, I feel like there's going to be outside forces that are going to continue to tank our economy. And I feel like even if they do, or even if they do some damage, it's going to come right back. I very much feel that, which is very exciting. I feel like 2021, especially towards like the later half of it, could be a really good financial year for a lot of people, myself included. So I kind of feel like for this winter and this spring, I feel like let's do our best, if this is just my feeling, to, and everybody's situation is different, so act according to your situation, but let's do our best to not get too stressed when we see certain things or certain things are happening. Because I feel like, and remember with the flu back in the 1910s, what came right after that? the roaring 2020s, right? The boom of that era. I feel like that's coming. It's fun. I have some investments with crypto that have done really well. I love investing. I feel like crypto is going to now be allowed to go on the rise again. I see Bitcoin possibly hitting 50,000. I could be wrong. I see Ethereum going up to maybe 2,000, 2,500. I don't know. But I feel like they're going to be allowed to build as they were intended to. I feel like it's so weird, but I just feel like 2021 could be a really good financial year for lots and lots of people, and there's going to be a big turnaround there. I feel like we're going to have more information come forward about the financial world and how it really works and how much we've been conned in our society. But I feel like we're going to kind of have some sort of, I don't know if I'd call it a redistribution of wealth, but I just feel like we're going to have this opportunity to be able to get money that either is deserved to us, we're supposed to get, or the opportunity to do that. I don't know exactly, but and it's weird. I also see later 2021 as a big year for travel, but it's not necessarily travel the way that we know it. Like going into like the fall or the winter, maybe late summer. It's so weird, guys, but I really feel like 2021 has a lot of really good potential. And this is stuff I've really been feeling. And because 2020 has been so hard for so many people, I wanted to, kind of make a video and tell you guys what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. Because many times when I do this, I'm right. Not every time, obviously. So I thought, well, let's just do a fun video. And guys, don't make any decisions based off of what I'm saying. Do not. I'm not that smart. Who knows if I know what I'm talking about? This is just a video I'm doing for fun. And I think what's really important for 2021 is to take the lessons of 2020 that we learned and really apply them correctly. So for me, I learned how strong I was. My first couple rounds on YouTube were learning about how to deal with awful people and how to defend yourself and stand up for yourself in the right way. Didn't always do it correctly, but I was learning. 2020 was the year I took all that and I had to put it to use with this lawsuit in a very big way, and I did it. I'll have a video coming out soon, guys, but I've officially won the lawsuit, which is really awesome. So very, very excited. I got good news on that. I had to learn to do it in a very balanced way. I was still on YouTube making content. So stressed. I was shaking a lot of times. Very ill from the stress of it. Still making content. Having to act like, except for giving updates to people, nothing is going on. And getting through it with strength and with what I hope was grace. And I think I did it. And I'm so proud of me and so happy that I was able to do that. I hope it doesn't seem arrogant, because it's not my intention to be arrogant, but I am. I'm really proud of myself, and I feel like it's okay to say I'm proud of something I've done, right? So there's that. I learned faith. I learned a deeper sense of faith and strength in my faith when it comes to my body's ability to get better if you give it the right tools. Many scary moments in 2020 with my health, especially earlier, and then like in December. December was a very scary health month. But I was able to have faith and get through it. And I gained a lot of strength there. I learned I am much more financially powerful at creating what I want financially than what I ever gave myself credit for. The fact that I made $76,000 for a company in 1 month when they didn't have to invest a dime in me, just making videos to help other people. I got the ability to help hundreds and thousands of people get tens of thousands of dollars when they needed it. That to me was the biggest gifts of 2020 and the biggest things I've learned. And forgiveness. Forgiveness is another big one. Learned forgiveness for myself and forgiveness for others. And we know forgiveness. I mean a deeper sense of it, an even deeper sense of forgiveness. And I learned a lot more about boundaries. Setting stronger boundaries, being careful with who you surround yourself with, who you work with, who you make money for. It was an amazing 2020 for me. I kind of feel bad because for me, it was an amazing year. I know for a lot of people it was difficult, and I hear that. for me, it was a breakout year because I feel like my 2020 had happened for 5 years of being ill, and I was breaking out of that. And I was able to spread my wings and see what I can do. And I'm just very excited to take everything I learned and did and see how I can apply it in 2021, and also see how I can apply it on this channel. I'm just very happy, and I'm very grateful, and I'm very excited to see what comes. So yeah, let's see if my predictions are right. I don't know, maybe this is a one and only video and the world's going to be on fire here in a day and I will remove it. But and again, don't take any of this seriously, guys. Stuff like this, you know, anybody who ever says your future's set in stone like this and there's nothing you can do about it, screw those people. They don't know. They don't get to dictate or control your life. Just like a doctor. One of my specialists I love dearly, helped me immensely, said you're never going to be fully functioning. You might not ever lose the weight. You might only be a quarter more functioning. We'll try to get you there the best we can. There's no guarantee. You may never get better. Can't believe the progress I've made. Cannot believe the amount of progress I've made. And even in that, the person said, you have to go by my regimen. You have to go by what I say to do. I didn't. I went with my gut. There were certain things medically I was told to do, and I said, that will not be good for me. So I did what I felt was right, and it worked. I'll do a video on that one day. And I love all the, you know, the people who've really helped me and I work with. No disrespect to them. I absolutely love them. I think everybody was good intended, but they all had keys and pieces to a puzzle, and I had to put the puzzle together. And that's just what you have to do when you advocate for your own health many times. So, okay, I think I'll end this video here. Let me know what you guys think. I know this was a really long one. It wasn't intentional. I don't even really have the voice for it. I need to save the rest of my voice. I'm hoping in the next couple days that it comes back. And guys, I will be doing more commentary coming up. I'm sorry. It's not that I'm trying to drop the ball. It's I'm trying to work with the voice I have right now and still be able to grow the channel. Y'all know I love growing and building a channel. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have any predictions? Do you think any of this might be correct? Do you think I'm completely off? I don't know. Let me know. This is just kind of telling you some of the stuff I think is important to me. And I'm curious what's important to you guys. Let me know. If you like this video, if you could help me out and give me a thumbs up, like the video. Also maybe hit the subscribe button and that notification button so you know when I upload. Share this content with people you think would like it. Yeah. Otherwise, I think I'm going to end it here for now. I just want to tell you guys how excited I am to start the year with all of you. How excited I am to be here. How genuinely happy and grateful I am that you guys have opened your hearts and your eyes and your poor bleeding ears to what's normally my chipmunk voice and allowed me to come back and do these videos. I'm to say I'm grateful is such a dumb understatement. Thank you. So many of you stuck by me and saw that I was a decent person, even when the mob was screaming otherwise and saying horrible things. And then you gave me the opportunity to come back and show you guys I am getting better and we can get better from our illnesses. And that makes everything I went through almost worth it. You guys make it worth it. And I think we're going to all have a really good 2021, I hope. And I'm going to do my best on this channel to do everything I can to try to give back to you guys and make your year just as better as you have mine. You guys have all changed my life in ways I will never be able to, I'm going to get emotional, never be able to describe or say thank you for. So I'm really grateful to all of you. Thank you. You've changed my life. You've shown me what's possible and you've shown me what I can do and you've given me purpose. And I'm so grateful. Okay, I'm going to end this because, now I'm scrunching my nose because I'm trying not to let my balls have tears. My balls are misting, guys. All right, guys, take care. Blessings. I'm going to go rest my voice. And I'm wishing all of you so much love and so much happiness in 2021. And I'm just so happy to have everybody. Lots of love, blessings. Until I see you next. I don't think I'm still contagious, but just in case, air hugs, mwah, and mental kisses. Bye, guys.